Right now, a new at 6, election lawsuits. A judge will decide whether a new Democratic primary will happen in Connecticut's biggest city.
And all of this coming after a video showing a Bridgeport woman appearing to stuff an absentee ballot box raised questions about the outcome of the race. A hearing on the lawsuit got underway at Bridgeport Superior Court this afternoon.
Channel 3 New Haven Bureau Chief Matt McFarland was there and has the latest.
Well, there was a lot of housekeeping today. That's because there is a ton of evidence. We're talking about 2,000 hours of video surveillance along with hundreds of absentee ballots and envelopes. And the judge wants all the parties to have everything before moving forward.
There's a lot of documents that need to be reviewed, but we need to also move forward as expeditiously as possible.
That's because we're just 6 weeks away from Election Day, and the result of Bridgeport's Democratic primary between Mayor Joe Ganim and John Gomes is being contested thanks to this surveillance video.
This is a case like no other in the history of the state of Connecticut because of the videos.
That video shows a Ganim supporter and City Hall employees stuffing envelopes into the official ballot drop box outside the government center a number of times during the early morning hours of September 5th. The Gomes campaign filed a lawsuit asking for a new primary, and they plan on using that video and calling on a number of witnesses, including that woman.
We want to try to get information about what she did, both with those ballots, but also with other absentee ballot applications and other absentee ballots. She's under subpoena, so she doesn't have a choice about whether she's going to testify. She can do one of two things. She can either testify as to what happened and what her involvement was, or it's always her option to take the Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination.
Ganim beat Gomes by 251 votes. On primary night, Gomes had an early lead, winning the in-person votes at the polls. But the absentees, which Ganim won by nearly a 2-to-1 margin, put the mayor on top. In addition to the lawsuit, the State Elections Enforcement Commission is also investigating the claims.
The fundamental issue here is that civil rights were violated when we talk about the voters of Bridgeport. And we want clarity, we want integrity back in the vote.
It's expected the hearing will pick back up with testimony the second week of October. And while the judge will decide the lawsuit and the primary, both Ganim and Gomes are already on the ballot for the general election in November. Reporting in Bridgeport, Matt McFarland, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.